How do you plan your first LARP? What do you need to prepare? And which production steps are there before you arrive at the venue? Making LARPs often involves big dreams of unique designs and impressive stories. Producing events can seem daunting, especially if you don't know what to think about. Generally, I divide the process into 3 phases: before the LARP, during the LARP, and after the LARP. In this video, I am going to give you an overview of the production tasks before the event. This is the first of 3 in a mini-series aimed at first-time LARP organizers who want to get going beyond the creative stuff. For now, we will get an overview, and then later we will make videos about each step in each phase. Organizing LARPs is more fun together, so an early step should be to find some friends to make the event with. Assembling a core organizer team is about finding people who enjoy the same stories and experiences as you. Everyone will take it as a compliment that you invite them to come and work with you. Remember that most teams have challenges, especially in the start, and if you can face them together, you'll be stronger for it. For your players to have a good experience, you need to have the fundamentals in order. How will they eat? How will they go to the toilet? And how will they sleep? In Denmark, we call this the 3 S's: sustenance, shitting, and sleeping. If you're organizing a shorter event, you might only need to think about 1 or 2 of these. If I don't already have a space in mind, I start by going online and search for places that I might be able to hire. Most venues have websites and there are a few good databases out there. But honestly, for your first event, I would recommend going to a local school, culture house, or community center and ask if they have a theater space or some sort of big room and start from there. Budgeting is a balancing act. You should let the fun to cost ratio be your guide. Whenever you are in doubt if you should get something, think about how much fun will it provide for the participants and how much does it cost. If it's cheap and fun, get it. If it's balanced, think about what you're not getting for that money. Major things to budget for are food, toilets, and venue rent. But cool props can also be a great selling point for your LARP. To promote your LARP, make a website or event on social media and include key information: content, dates, location, prices, and costume expectations. What, when, where, and how much. When it comes to booking and sign up, there are many ways to do it. Most of the organizers I know use Google Forms. You can also make a sales site, or you can just take bookings via email. There are 3 main approaches on how to distribute spots at your LARP. First come, first serves, also known as traditional ticket sales, a lottery using random distribution, and casting where the organizers decide. Most people I know do some sort of mix, but for your first LARP, just use first come, first serve. It'll do just fine. As soon as the players have started signing up for your LARP, they will begin asking all sorts of questions. Creating a roadmap can help you. It is a timeline of when the players will receive what information. It will save you a lot of time answering questions, and it will also be helpful for your own process and figuring out your deadlines. And organizing how you want players to get in touch with you will prove very valuable. So, create a single point of contact. For example, clarifying that you want your players to reach you via email only can be a great way to organize the communication. Else, you will easily end up getting swarmed with direct messages, texts, calls, and whatever else. Before I move on, if you're finding this video helpful, please leave a like and a subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. Your event will need some equipment. A lot of props and scenography can be found secondhand or even borrowed for free. It is a good idea to reach out to friends and LARP associations to see what you have available and design your LARP around the stuff that you actually have access to. Creating a production plan, which is basically just a checklist on a timeline, will be a big help in remembering everything that needs to get done. It should include a setup plan and a cleanup plan, and at your first event, this can just be a rough outline with estimates. But as you begin making more complicated LARPs, every task on the checklist will have a timestamp and an assigned crew. When you're getting ready and packing props and scenography to take on site, it can be an advantage to sort them into rooms or sites at the location, so you will have an easy time dividing them when you arrive. Having all of the potion props in a box labeled Alchemist Laboratory will make sure that whichever crew member happens to pick it up will know where to put it. You will also need to think about how the stuff actually gets transported to the venue. And being completely honest with you here, having a driver's license and a vehicle, even if it's just a rental one, will be a lifesaver. This could be something to think about when you put together your team. Alternatively, you can ship it on a pallet or hire a moving company. Having thought about how you will deal with certain kind of emergencies will save you when shit hits the fan. A good exercise can be to use what-if scenarios and decide how you will deal with each of them. Here are 3 scenarios that are good to be prepared for. What if a fire breaks out? What if someone gets injured? And unfortunately, what if a person tests positive for COVID while on site? Remember to keep this exercise constructive and focus on realistic emergencies. So if you have all of that settled and you have the creative design sorted, you're ready to go on site. As a final note, my way is not the only way to produce LARP. It is just what works for me. And knowing myself, the methods and tools I use will keep evolving. If you rather do your own thing, that's fire. I would love it, however, if you could tell me your thoughts or remind me of something I forgot in the comments. Let's escalate.